Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing a new game here on the channel. If you haven't recognized the cutscene already, well, I've got a treat for you. This is a game called The Forest. It is available on Steam. Right now, this is the beginning cutscene, and it's a little bit of an interactive cutscene. You can see I'm here with what looks like my son, and we're on an airplane, and we're just traveling. It's hard to tell where we're traveling because it's black outside, but this is a survival horror game, and if you guys haven't played it before, it's terrifying. This is one of the most terrifying games I've ever played. I haven't been scared of a video game like this since I played Dead Space for the first time way back in the day. Remember that game used to have just scary things happen, like you'd walk down a corridor and then something would roll out into the middle of your path, but there wouldn't be anything there. It was just there to scare you. And this game has a lot of the same things. So, I guess we could go ahead and get started with the game. To move past this cutscene, you're going to want to go ahead and look at your son's book and hit the E button. I think his name is Timmy? Is that what it says? Yes, this is for Timmy. Interesting choice of books for a father to give his son, a survival book. The kid's like 8 years old. We've got some turbulence coming in. They just announced over the intercom to return to our seats. And this is where everything just goes terribly, terribly wrong. If you look out the window, you can almost make out that we're getting close to hitting something. And then boom. And then we come to the next scene, which is the story behind the whole game. So you can see our son right there, and then who the heck is that? I don't take my boy. He's the only one I got. I'm gonna get you. No, you come back here. You come back here. You're now I'm gonna take a nap. So then we wake up from our nap. You can see Timmy's pictures on the ground. There'll be more of those to come. Looks like we're covered in blood. Alright, so if you see in the the bottom left-hand corner, we're low on energy. We need to eat something, and we're hungry. The bottom right-hand corner of the screen, you'll see everything you need. You see the stomach icon that's totally empty. It means we need to eat as soon as we can. The water icon. Hey, we'll get to those other ones in just a bit, but I got to start moving around here. So, those are some medicines. These are sodas. More medicine. These are booze bottles. We'll need those later. This icon, this little Pac-Man right above the E, means you can eat this right away. So what you want to do in these situations, when the E has a circle around it, boom, you eat. And you saw that the bar on the left-hand side of what's basically our HUD is now increasing. That's actually our health. There's another strip that goes around it. That is for armor, but that's not something we'll get into right away. That's something we'll have to actually hunt and gather some materials for. On the right hand side, you'll see the blue bar on the far outside. That is I believe that is our energy, not our stamina, but our energy, and that will fluctuate based on our hunger and how much exercise we're doing. The cyan bar inside it is your stamina. So right here, I believe this is the passenger manifest. So part of the story in this game is we're going to try and find all the passengers on the plane that are no longer on the plane, because where the heck did they all go? They were all here just a little bit ago before we decided to take a nap while someone kidnapped our son. We'll keep eating. Things in this plane will respawn as you log out and log back in. So it's whatever. This lady has an axe sticking out of her, and you can also see right up her skirt, but we won't talk about that because that's inappropriate. Let's get the medicine. So now we have a hatchet. This is your basic tools of survival. This will be very handy for you until you can get a little bit later on in the game when you can get some better materials and better weapons, better tools, all sorts of things. So you see there's a whole bunch of debris everywhere. There's mushrooms right here. We won't worry about those right away. What you want to do is look for some suitcases. You can see there's a deer out there in the distance. There's chipmunks here. You can hunt everything in the game. So what you do to open these is you just go and smash them up. So we got cloth and a wristwatch. Electrical tape, huh? That must be a new item. They did just update the game, and I haven't played it since the new update. Electrical tape is not something that I've ever had before. We'll need to pick up some stones, and I'll show you guys the inventory in just a sec. It's actually pretty cool. It's different than a lot of games. See this bird? We're going to kill this bird because we need to collect the feathers. You have to be quick with the feathers. As soon as you kill the bird, the feathers fly off, and they're very hard to collect, but you do need them for archery. Now, there's a ton of these laying around. You can kill the chipmunks too, but I don't think I'll need to worry about that right now. They're not that easy to get. Got some sticks on the ground. We need those. You can chop down the trees in this game, but we'll get into a little bit more of the pros and cons of that in a little bit. There's tennis balls. I don't really know what they're used for. I just tend to throw them whenever I pick them up because they're not really useful as weapons. And you do need weapons, and not just to hunt. You need weapons to defend yourself because there's a lot of crazy stuff in this game. Okay, so what you got to remember is this plane crashed and there was that creepy looking dude who came on and took our son. So that creepy looking dude is not the only creepy dude here. This island is swarmed with creepy dudes. They're cannibals and they will eat you. Or they'll torture you. We'll see some examples of that fairly quickly, I'm guessing. I would love to be able to get that deer, but I sort of need a bow and arrow for that. I can get a bow and arrow fairly quickly. I don't need to wait too long for that. I'm just going and collecting as many resources from here as I can. We should leave the area because these cannibals send out patrols and they can find us basically wherever we are. It's hard to hide from them. Alright, so we don't have a map yet. When we don't get a map until we find ourselves in a cave, and there's a specific cave in which we find the map. So until that happens, what we need to do is just try to survive. So you see how I can't pick up the sticks. That means our inventory is full. So if you're on a single player world, going into your inventory will pause the world. If you're on a server or a multiplayer game, I do not believe it works the same way. I'm going to try and get this bird real quick. Got it. Feathers are very useful. I only got 2 of them that time. Alright, so let's check out our inventory. I believe you go into tab, or maybe it's I. Yes, it's I. Okay, so this is your crafting map. And this is your inventory. These are all the things that you have. And the way you work it is you pick an item, such as this stick, and you right-click it, and then you get this. So these are all the things you can make, that you can currently make with a stick. It doesn't tell you the different recipes you need to get these things. In that survival book that our son had, that was for Timmy, that'll show you some recipes, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But as for right now, we're going to go ahead and make a weak spear, our first weapon. So the way you make a weak spear, and I want to show you, I want to point out this half-filled gear. What we want to do is get that gear to be totally filled. So I happen to know that a weak spear takes 2 sticks. Boom. Now we have a weak spear. There is a sort of hotbar to this game, and what you want to do is combine your backpack with the item that you want to add to it. And you only get 4 slots, so you have to be pretty sure about what you want to put in there. So when you get your backpack over here using right click, you hit right click again, and then it gives you the 4 choices you have. You can see the number 1 right here, 2, 3, and 4. So what I want to do is put my weak spear on number 2, and you do that with a right click. Then you take that back out. I'm going to put this on my hotbar as wait a minute, that didn't seem to work. No. Oh, you know what? It's probably because it's already on my hotbar somewhere. So I guess I'll figure that out in a second. There's a walkie-talkie. That's only used for multiplayer games. You don't need to worry about that. Your survival book, there is a button for that. We can get to that. So you can see we have our meds here. We have our lighter. And we'll see more about the lighter in just a little bit. Throwable rock. Hey, that's new. With the throwable rocks, you used to only be able... Ooh, a slingshot. With the throwable rocks, you only used to be able to pick up 1 at a time, and you'd have to use it right then. Kind of like how that tennis ball was just a second ago when I picked it up and my guy immediately equipped it. So I want to check this out real quick. So we can make a slingshot. I'm guessing you're going to need cloth for that. Rope, Molotov, slingshot, huh? That's for a torch. I'll go ahead and make a torch right now. So a cloth and a stick will give you a torch. We'll save that. Now, when it comes to your weapons, you can only carry one of them at a time. So I can't just make 10 weak spears and carry those around and throw them. You can throw the spears, but they're actually quite effective at keeping enemies at a distance. The plain axe is a decent weapon too, but it doesn't pack enough damage. The weak spear is pretty weak and doesn't offer any block protection. But it, like I said, it does keep the enemies at bay, and the spear is my melee weapon of choice in this game, at least for now. We can actually upgrade weapons, and we'll do that as soon as we start getting some kills, and we can get things like bones. Now, when we kill our enemies, we can burn their bodies and collect their bones. I know that sounds pretty morbid, and it is, but that's okay. We're going to need those bones to turn this weak spear into an upgraded spear, and then we'll be sitting pretty then. We have leaves. We'll get more into what leaves do in a little while, but for right now, I think I'm going to go ahead and try to make a bow. I don't have enough feathers to make arrows yet. You need 5 feathers to make 5 arrows, but you can't just make 1 and 1. So for now, I'll just go ahead and make the bow. Oh, you know what? That's right. To make a bow, you need rope. So we'll put so many cloth down, and we'll get a rope, and then we can add this. And I think it's cloth. Yes. So rope, cloth, and a stick will give you a bow. And I'm going to put that on my hotbar under number 3. That's what I usually do in most survival games, is have my ranged weapon on number 3. Tool number 1, which is going to be our plain axe. Weak spear or melee weapon for number 2. 3 is going to be your, what I just said, your ranged weapon. And then 4 I usually like to have be some sort of replenishment of, or even like a grenade or some other form of explosive, which we can do with booze. You can make Molotovs, which will something we'll do right now. I'll make a couple of them. There's plenty of booze on the island, and there's plenty of cloths. We don't have to worry about running out right now. So I'm trying to remember how to do this properly. Let's put this on number 4. The plain axe is no longer there. Boom, boom, plain axe. Alright, so I think I've got my hotbar all set up. I don't know what the electrical tape is used for yet. Slingshot. Oh, hey, we got a slingshot. Alright, cool. Since I don't have the arrows yet, I will go ahead and make a slingshot. That's really cool. I'm interested to see how this works. I haven't used it yet. So let's go ahead and get out of our inventory, but real quick. We have fresh, small, generic meat. This game is still in alpha, so we don't have specific types of meat. I got both of these from birds. There are other types of meat. There's turtle meat, there's rabbit meat, but most of the creatures that you can hunt actually give you generic meat. There's also snacks, and you'll find snacks in containers, and we'll find a ton of snacks. You can basically live off of snacks, and you almost never really need to worry about meat. But it's good to have the meat for rainy days. And soda is obviously very helpful. It fills your energy and your thirst. We don't need to worry about that right now because our thirst is okay. We have somewhere that we need to go. I hope you guys are still with me. I know that's a lot of information to throw at you at once. And I got to get my bearings. Where was the plane? I got to figure out in which direction I want to go because I have a specific direction I want in my mind. Oh, crap. I can't find the plane. I'm already lost. It's not good to get lost. It's good to know where you're going. Now, if you're new to the game, you're not going to know where you're going. Okay, guys, let me go ahead and find the plane real quick, and then I'll bring you guys back because I need to know where the plane is to know where I'm going since I don't have a compass or a map. So see you guys in a sec. Okay, well, I didn't find the plane, but I did find something else. This is one of the cannibal villages. Now, these places will terrify you at first, but I just want to say they're relatively safe, especially early game, because most of the cannibals are out scouting the island. Oh, geez, something just glitched up and moved in the distance, and it scared the crap out of me. They do come back to their villages, though, so you do have to be wary and not spend too much time here. While we're here, we're going to try and stock up on some stuff. So you just smash this, and look, there's soda. That's cool. And over here, I think there's dynamite? Yes, so we're going to take some dynamite. Yes, that is a person's lower half. that is another person's lower half. And the cool thing about these guys, these lower halves, is if you keep stabbing them like a demented, sick individual, they'll drop cash and coin, which, you know, is totally useful on an island with savages. Cash and coin. That's what they love. You'll see a whole lot of effigies like this around the island. Ooh, real quick, I'm going to kill this. No, I'm not. It's going to run away from me. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. You want to kill the lizards basically whenever you can, because the lizards have special skin. So you'll see we've got the circle around the E again, so you want to hold E, and your guy's going to carve up the lizard. So you get lizard skin, and then you have the lizard body down here. And well, I'll just show you real quick. So we have raw, fresh lizard. Now we have lizard meat. And lizard skin. You'll see it says increase armor. We can mix that with the leaves. Boom. It takes a lot of leaves. I don't know if I have enough yet. Okay, so I don't have enough leaves. I think it's like 15 leaves you need. And then you can get yourself stealth armor. And stealth armor is by far the best armor in the game. There's also bone armor and deer skin. I'm not sure what the advantages of deer skin are. The bone armor gives you better protection than the stealth armor, but obviously the stealth armor provides you with stealth. So you also see there's one more thing down there, the trophy. You can pick up the head and take it with you as a little souvenir. I don't want to. You can mount those things like in your base and whatnot and show your prowess as a hunter, but that's not all that important right now. So I want to get away from this place. I'm not looking to venture into one of those places just yet. I don't have any weapons. I want to use a slingshot though. Okay, cool. Oops. I'm used to playing arc, so I press Q when I want to like put something down. But I think in this game you can pretty much always have something in your hands and you can still pick things up and all that. So I'm still trying to find the plane, but I think I'm going to go ahead and give up on that for now. And I'm just going to head into a direction. If I can find the coast, I can find my way to where I want to go. So like I said about the, you can see a whole bunch of effigies everywhere. So this is a camera. It's a pretty demented place. Now the cool thing about these effigies, I wouldn't recommend doing it early game because I do think it angers the inhabitants, is you can destroy them and they'll give you some resources like sticks, stone, and cloth. Oh geez, what did I just see? Okay, good, it was just a deer. Alright, I'm a bit terrified. There's herbs you can collect. We'll collect some marigold right now, and we're just going to keep going. I feel like we gotta get out of here. There seems to be a lot of deer. There's not usually so many deer. Alright, so I'm just going to head in any direction. I see this herb here. There's bushes that have berries. Some of the berries are poisonous, not all of them. I think only one type of the berries are poisonous, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. First thing I need to do is just find somewhere safe. Now, finding somewhere safe on this island is darn near impossible because the inhabitants are everywhere, and if they're not there already, they'll go there on their little scouting missions. And you always have to watch out for your stamina. You never want to go overboard and just start running everywhere because these guys can happen on you at any second, so you have to be real careful. This almost looks like a cave. Oh shit. Oh god, there's one already. There's two of them. They can see me. You see at the bottom of the screen, I'm crouched right now, and it's sort of like in Bethesda games where you can it's like the sneak meter basically. When it's lit up white, you're clearly visible. It won't tell you if you're being hunted or anything like that, but right now I am clearly visible and I don't want to be. So this is a cave entrance. We're not ready to get into caves, obviously. We just spawned in. We gotta get the heck out of here. This is not a good spot. So those guys are probably heading back to their... Did I just go in a circle? No, this is a different camp. Okay, I think I know where I am. Yes, I do know where I am. Okay, so I'm where I want to be. Alright, so... Actually, there's another cave right here, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So caves are a big part of this game, and we'll get into them eventually, but not in this episode. That'll be for another episode. So you can descend into them. All these caves already have, like, spelunking gear ready to go for you or something. I don't know. I don't know what all the proper terminology is. So where I want... Ooh, you just spawned in, and now you're gonna... Ooh, I didn't get him. Let's get this one. Okay, I'm gonna get you. They're squirrely little dudes. Oh, and they can get away from you. Yeah, I can't see them anymore. It's no big deal. There's plenty of them, and you don't have to worry about it too much. I'm gonna get him. Why is he... He's doing laps around me, man. He's just taunting me. Well, you taunt for too long, and you're gonna get wrecked. Okay, so... we went ahead in the beach in this direction. I'm sorry I couldn't be a little bit more specific about where we were going. But I did kind of get lost, so... Alright, so where we're going, you can almost see it. There's a boat. And no, the boat does not float, and you can't leave the island. But that is the safest place you can be, because the cannibals cannot swim. That is the only safe place on the island, is not being on the island. They can go everywhere else. And we got more thingamaboos. Here, cloth and snacks, always welcome. There's dead sharks on the beach. I'm not 100% sure why they spawn like this. Again, this game is an alpha, so you'll see weird stuff like this. So let's go ahead and just collect some stuff. This game gets very dark at night, and we kind of want to be ready. So actually, what I kind of need to do is hurry up and start building stuff. Ooh, but a seagull. Seagulls give you the most feathers from what I remember. They gave you 5. Now, they don't always land right in front of you waiting to be speared like that. But this one is. Oh, I caught him while he was in the air. Oh no, but I can't get the feathers. See that feather up there? I can't get it. It'll never come back down, so you have to be quick with feathers. I see one right here. Thankfully, the game is rather forgiving with your reach, so you can actually... Oh! Mother. Whatever. So here's something else about the game. There's like a bunch of landmarks or points of interest. So we're going to pick up this tape, this cassette, and we're going to look at this thing. It's the yacht, June of 1982, looks like. That's how long this thing has been here. So considering that has been here since 1982, and this is clearly modern day, I think it's modern day anyway. Is it modern day? I mean, the backpack looks fairly new, and the walkie-talkie looks fairly new. Yeah, I'd say this is like modern day. Okay, so we're on the beach now. Oops. Let's see. So if you press B, you can open up your survival guide, and this has a whole bunch of good stuff for you. All these things right here are things you can craft. Over here, more things you can craft. Effigies we'll get into. So this is your to-do list. These are your objectives. But this is an open world game. You don't necessarily have to worry about it. And they're fairly vague, and so you don't have to worry about it too much. Find Timmy, set up camp, find the missing plane passengers. I mean, those are the goals for the game, right? And then you have other ones over here. Keep exploring Hanging Cave. Hanging Cave was that cave that I just showed you with the gear coming out of it. Bestiary. There's 4 pages for this. We haven't seen anything yet. So I think you actually have to interact with them. We did see an enemy a little while ago, but we didn't interact with it, so we didn't get the entry. Okay, so crafting. It basically just explains what I was explaining before about the crafting menu. But this will give you... Ooh, it looks like they've redone it a little bit. I'll have to go through this. Here's that upgraded spear I was talking about. This will give you some of the crafting recipes that you need to know. Water skin, we need that. Handmade axe, that's something we could use. Rope, blah, 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 all this stuff. So we'll get into all this stuff as time goes on. There's also a nature guide. Last time I played this game, this didn't really work so well. You could pick stuff and it still wouldn't be checked off. So I'm not 100% sure if it's working better now. They did just update the game a few days ago. So anyway, there's your... all that, and then these are notes. So when you pick up those things on the ground like that picture, some of them will be placed into your notebook. And we got that cassette earlier with it too. But I don't have a cassette player yet, so we'll have to wait for that. Oh geez, it's already getting dark and I haven't done nothing. Okay, So what we need to do is build a raft. So let's go into boats. And these are just my tips and tricks. Now, this isn't like Ark where you need to already have the materials. You place it down, and then it'll show you with those 2 red boxes and the white box what resources you need. So it says I have sticks in my inventory. That's the symbol on the right. So we'll go ahead and place 4 sticks, and it just looks like that. So now I need 7 logs and 4 pieces of rope. Now, we have cloth. Not enough to make all that rope, though. So we can remedy that by finding some more of these guys. We need to get as much cloth as we can. Almost all of these have cloth in them. And there is a lot of them, so you don't have to worry too much about finding cloth. Always take advantage of free birds like that, because you do want the feathers. We can actually make some arrows for our bow now. Ooh, a snack on the ground. I thought the snack was the starfish. I've never seen the starfish before. That might be new too. See how I'm picking up the meat and it's just dropping? My inventory is full of meat. You can only carry so many of each item. There's not a weight limit or anything like that. There's a set amount of capacity for each given item. We really need to hurry though. We're running out of time. What was I doing? I need cloth because I need a rope. In case you're wondering why I'm so adamant about building that raft, it's because I want to get to that yacht, and that yacht has a few resources in it, but the resources aren't what we're looking for. We're looking for a place to sleep. It's got a bed already. It doesn't have a fire, but we don't really need a fire just yet. We've got snacks, we've got sodas, we don't need to purify water or cook any meat. We're good to go in that department. I came this way because I know there's actually more of these too. So I actually need 28 pieces of cloth right now, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all of that. Oh man, it's already dark. That's not good. 32. Okay, cool. 1 rope. 2 rope. 3 rope. 4 whole ropes. Okay. Now the hard part is to actually get the logs. So, log gathering is very, very risky. This game takes into account the amount of noise that you make. It may also have something to do with, I think the natives don't like it when you chop down trees. So if you start chopping down trees, which you need to do to get logs, there's no other way around it, they will come for you. They will come and investigate what all the hubbub is. Hopefully we don't have to worry about that on day 1, but I think we will. Okay, so the game is getting dark right now, and the way you get around that, the game gives you a free light source. But this is a horror game, so what it is this lighter. This is the light that you get. Oops. I keep pressing Q on accident. Okay, so to chop down trees, and we got to get to this. We only need to chop down 2 trees right now. It'll give us enough logs. I think you get 4 per tree. You kind of want to go around the tree. At least that's how it usually is. You see how the lighter went out? It's a horror game. It's a horror game. The lighter does have unlimited fuel, so you're lucky in that sense. Okay, let's get this one while we're at it, because it's already dark and we gotta hurry. I'm losing my voice a little bit here. Give me 1 sec, guys. I just had some cereal, so all that milk's like caught in my throat. Alright, so we gotta hurry. Come on. No, don't chop it like that. Don't chop it. What are you doing? Oh, I'm getting nervous. As soon as I look up, there's going to be somebody there. I know it. Okay, so while that one falls down, you can carry 2 logs at a time, and they'll just be on the ground from where you chop the tree down. Oh, man, I'm getting nervous. Okay, so where's our... what's over here? I should have built the raft right here. I'm a dummy. Okay, real quick, I'm going to go in here, and you can see down here my stamina and my energy are both really low. My hunger's low. So I'm going to go ahead and do what I can to take care of that. Boom. That'll give us energy to sprint. So we don't need to chop down any more trees. And I'm telling you, I can almost guarantee you we're going to run into some enemies here because I chopped those trees down. I thought I heard something. And in case you're wondering, yes, the lighter gives away your position. But without it, look how dark it is. That's not just YouTube making this dark. It is dark. I'm going to take my spear out. Okay. Oh, okay, so let's just build this raft. I was hoping to already have this done. This is like the first thing I like to do when I start a new game, is to come over to the yacht and spend my first couple of nights out here. Because it's easy. It makes the game a lot easier. I don't have a whole lot of gear. Oh, great. It's gonna rain. Weather does have an effect on you. It makes you cold and wet, and you need a fire to dry yourself. Clearly, I didn't spend my time making a campfire. I'm building a boat. Okay, here we go. A couple more logs, and there's one more back there. We need to hurry. We need to, I mean, for one thing, we need to get out of the rain. I'm going to go ahead and put that away for now, just so if any enemies do come by, maybe they won't see me. If you look down towards the yacht, you see the tree on the hill in the distance. I'm not sure what it is exactly yet, but there's something special about those trees with the cannibals. I'm not sure. I guess we'll get into that eventually. Another thing, when you're cold and wet, like the rain is making me right now, you lose stamina much quicker. Much quicker. I keep pulling that out. When the moon is out, at least you get the moonlight, and that makes it easier to hide. Or, I'm sorry, it makes it easier to see, but you can still hide with that. Okay, so we need to figure out where the last log was. We're not in a good place if we can't find that last log. I guess we'll pull this out. Okay, so where did I chop those trees down? That'll help me locate them a little bit better. Okay, so is that... No, that's a rock. Where are the tree stumps? Here are the tree stumps. Okay, so I was totally in the wrong spot. Should be a couple logs right over here, right? Oh, good. That's not the only one, though, right? And there's got to be more. I'm already creeped out and nothing has really happened yet. Okay, okay. Let's put that away. Don't need that right now. Okay, good. I only needed one more log. I thought I was going to need another. Okay, so I'm just going to drop this log right here. They don't despawn if you leave the area, but they do despawn if you log out. Okay, so nothing really bad happened. That's good. We got very lucky. Almost every time I've started a new game here on the forest, something bad's gone wrong on day one. Now, we did almost run into trouble earlier. Ooh, a turtle. Ooh, what was that? Oh, I think that's just the cold is hurting me. But that's okay. If we get to this yacht, there's a place where we can sleep, and nothing really hurts you when you're sleeping. Okay, so to move the raft, you use your mouse button. Left click pushes you forward, right click pushes you back, and you use your you use your A and D keys to steer. Oops. And it's kind of like Ark when you're on when you have like a weapon pulled out on a dino and you can't turn all the way around. Okay, so we're on the yacht, and I'm gonna just grab a few supplies real quick. There's ropes here, and these respawn when you log back into the game. So it's like an unlimited supply. Another thing we can find, yacht magazine. You can't actually look at it though. You can't like read it. So I don't quite understand it yet. I have not beaten this game. I just want to point that out to anybody who's wondering. I have not beaten this game. I have not completed it. I've not gotten that far in it. But I have started this game a number of times. So I do know how to survive the beginning parts. I want to show you that when it's morning. Huh. The sky looks a little glitchy when you look out of these windows. Is that how it looks right now? Where am I? I'm stuck. No, that's clearly not how it looks. Bizarre. What's this? A picture of a teddy bear on the yacht. That's interesting. A skull on a plate? You can make clubs out of the skulls. Air canisters, we'll take those. There's a bibble. This must be that teddy bear. What's over here? A missing child. Interesting. And it looks like there's drawings here. Drawings of something. Can I zoom in on that maybe? Nah. Okay, how do I not shoot the rock? I just selected a different item slot there. And what's this? Oh, the cassette player. Alright guys, so we're I think we might call that an episode. So that's the first thing you want to do when you start the forest. Get a few resources together, get some cloth, all that stuff. Come down this way, and I'll show you as soon as I can. Maybe I'll throw an image up on the screen right now of where you're looking to go. The yacht is on the most southern part of the island, towards the west side. I believe that corner right over there is the bottom southwest corner of the island. So that's where you want to go. Build a raft, come out here, and you can hang out on this yacht. The enemies can't swim out here, so you're safe. And you can come right in here. You'll see the Z option is to sleep. The C option is to save. So I'm going to go ahead and save. I've got another game going from before. So we'll save this one on slot 2. Now, saving does not mean sleeping. And the thing about the sleeping is it takes about 12 hours out of the day. Like, if you go to sleep right when it gets dark, you'll wake up right when the sun comes back up. So I don't really know if I actually want to sleep because I'll lose daylight. What I might do is head back to shore, gather some rocks, some sticks, some stones. We'll go into this, show you. And I'll build a fire pit. You don't really want to build basic fires because they disappear after 1 or 2 uses. Fire pits never disappear, and all they cost is like a little extra stone. So 7 stones, 4 sticks, 7 leaves. That's what I'm going to make, and I think I'll cook up a little bit of meat, and we'll see you guys in episode 2.